See, the thing is with Ken Carson, after he dropped More Chaos, right, it was all up in the air because we truly didn't know what direction he was going to go into next. Yes, AGC did More Chaos. There isn't much difference. As a Ken fan saying it, there wasn't anything experimental. It was just more turn shit. Yes, it was a good project. Yes, I enjoyed the project, but I'm not surprised that people had mixed reviews because they expected something different, but it's called More Chaos for a reason. If you're not able to understand that, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to lie. It got to a point where you really became blank after the project because you truly didn't know what was he going to do next. We didn't already got the dark and we already got some of your melodic side from your early years in your career. But there were times on my stream where I was like, yo, if Ken wanted to, he can go back to his melodic sound, just polish it a little more and make songs like Psycho, Down to Earth, Nightcore from AGC. He can make songs like that where he's more melodic, but just a little more polished. The same thing he did with his distortion and his dark sound. Same concept, just a different sound. So for a guy like Ken, you know, he never gets stuck. Every time people didn't doubted him, you know, Bob that made videos before, that's my guy. He didn't made tons of videos before. When he doubted Ken, he was like, yo, he's doing the same. So you get to a point where you start down his growth. You don't know if he's going to keep blowing up. Yes, he signed to Cardi, but is he going to get to that next level? But Ken actually proved everybody wrong with AGC. When everybody doubted him with X, as soon as he dropped Extended, everybody's whole mindset changed. That's all people needed to hear was that deluxe or whatever that he dropped afterward, and AGC just created more conversation for Ken, and at this point he's a big dog, right? So now with More Chaos, it's just the same shit over again. People are doubting him, people are confused, they don't know what direction he's going to go into. So now everybody trying to assume like, yo, maybe he's washed, where I don't think we should do that. All I'm saying is like, yo, maybe we deserve a different style besides even More Chaos or another album where he's just doing the same. So don't get it twisted. It's hard to not enjoy Ken music. I mean, it's all 808s and distortion like that, and like, who not finna enjoy that shit? I do. But all I'm saying is that with this next project or whatever he got coming next, whatever he's working on, I want something new. And before y'all start crying, the only reason I think this way is because snippets that we've been getting after More Chaos has only been the same direction of a More Chaos. But today we actually got something new. And speaking of new, this might just be a new album because Ken Carson had made a tweet, right? And he said the experiment. And when he made this tweet, a lot of people were like, what is he talking about? What could this possibly be? And it might just be a new album title, all right? Because I seen a tweet from Kirko, right? He said, Ken Carson, the experiment album coming soon. So a lot of people jumped the gun and was like, yeah, it's definitely an album. But here's what I said. I was like, yeah, we know with Ken, he's not slow, he's not dumb. He wouldn't just make a tweet for no reason saying the experiment. This means something. Either it's a single, album, whatever it is, it means something new. New direction, new sound, whatever he's going for, he's switching stuff. That's what this means. And it's crazy because I'm hoping that this is the title because the whole thing, the whole conversation after he dropped More Chaos was like, yo, we want Ken to experiment. That's what everybody kept saying. Yes, you had people that's down him, but then you got people like me who just asking for something new. But there's nothing wrong with polishing it that you already done made. Like Psycho, for example, like that sound, or Nightcore. We didn't even get enough of that. You ever listen to Nightcore 1 and you hear like the little high pitch that he's doing? He can go into that direction. It's so much that Ken can do. A lot of people like to say he's not versatile, he don't change stuff, or he can if he wanted to. Dead ass. So I'm seeing people say another album already, making jokes like that and memes. I want this to happen. So if the name is really called The Experiment, that's only great in my eyes. That's all I have to hear. Because I trust Ken. He ain't never made a bad album in my eyes. Never. And it's crazy because this morning the conversation started with Ken Carson, we don't need any more chaos, bro. And there was tons of people jumping the gun saying the same. I made a TikTok about it, talking about let's slow down for a second. Let's not doubt Ken. There's nothing wrong with saying we want something new, but a lot of y'all do this every year. The Ken Carson fans are very undecisive. They have a habit of doing this. Every time Ken drop an album or he drop a lot of something, if that makes sense, or he keep using the same sound, eventually he changed up. Now y'all asking for Project X sound. Now y'all want him to go back to X. The whole time y'all was hating on that too when it dropped. It's a constant roller coaster with the Ken fans, and it all comes down to sound. Nobody never truly hates any of his projects or his sound he actually dropped. Every time after he dropped, a lot of people just had this habit of down him, and I hate that. He said if I turn on The Experiment, I hear a bunch of 100 times, we're gonna have a problem. If he go into a different direction, there's a chance a lot of y'all gonna be like, man, go back to your More Chaos sound, go back to your AGC sound. I just have a huge feeling a lot of people are gonna do that. So that's why I'm saying, like, we don't need anything completely different from Ken Carson. We know his whole thing is distortion, it is chaotic, it is hard 808, so he can still stay in that lane, but try something new. There's nothing wrong with saying that.
Ken Carson with a new tweet saying the experiment? Interesting. A lot of people believe this is regarding the snippets that he posted this morning. Some people were actually kind of hating on him a little bit, saying, you know, he doesn't experiment enough, like it's same old sound. And so this could have to do with him talking about like an experimental sound he has coming potentially, or that he's working on. Very interesting though. Let's see what people are saying. Now he wants to be experimental after people were saying the snippets sounded the same, kind of what I described. Someone said, how many times can I make the same song? Huh? But since when do we just start hating Ken all of a sudden? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, when did this narrative switch up? I thought y'all loved more chaos. I mean, I get it, right? It was an extended sound on a great chaos, but damn, like, I'm not expecting some of these responses. Of course, you know, you aren't gonna find these responses in the Ken Carson community. Ken Carson's next album will be titled, apparently, The Experiment. He tweeted The Experiment, but apparently it's the album name, or at least according to Ken Related, the top source, by the way, literally the top direct source for Ken Carson, saying The Experiment, new album on the way. Now everyone's taking this and running with it. Like NFR's posting it, Kirko's posting it, Ledesti, Unseen Opium, everyone. So, I mean, I guess it's a new album name. I still really don't know about that. Everyone's like, oh, it's a new album.
Even if we don't know if it's an album name or not, we don't know any of that. All we know is that it means that he's acknowledging that he's finna change stuff. But he's already saying like, yo, I'm finna change this stuff. That's what that tweet meant. The album part is just kind of jumping the gun. But if it is true and these pages are posting that, then so be it. It should be good. I don't think anybody should complain about that. Mark my words. In the next year or two, a lot of y'all gonna come back and be like, yo, bro, I wish we got more of that more chaos sound or more AGC. Watch. I just know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole thing, man. We might just be getting a new album from Ken Carson. Make sure y'all tune into my Twitch streams. I stream very randomly. Don't forget to follow my IG right now. I love y'all so much. I stay blessed. Peace.